tried institutions of the mind and soul. It only taught me what I should not know. Could be something as simple as this.
Good morning. This is Brother Wade coming to you with the simple truth. Another beautiful day here in South Florida. Well, the topic I want to talk about today is a topic that's gripped people with fear for as long as I can remember. And it's taught every day from the pulpits of our churches. And that's the topic of hell. Well, in the King James Bible, there's 4 different words that's used to translate the single English word hell. In the Old Testament, it's the Hebrew word Sheol. In the New Testament, it's the Greek word Hades, Gehenna, and Tartarus. Well, today we're going to talk about the Old Testament hell. Now, the word Sheol is translated from the Hebrew word Strong's number 7585, and it simply means the Old Testament designation for the abode of the dead. Now, that word is translated grave 31 times, it's translated hell 31 times, and it's translated pit 3 times. Now, we that study the Bible understand that usage is what really defines a word. So I want to just point out 3 simple places where the Hebrew word Sheol is used and point out its usage and contrast that with today's teaching of hell. And hopefully we can get you to study and get you to thinking about some things that you can seek it out for yourself. So let's look at the first one. Job 14 verse 13. It says, "Oh, that thou wouldest hide me in the grave, that thou wouldest keep me secret until thy wrath be past, that thou wouldest appoint me a set time and remember me." Right here, Job is praying for God to hide him in Sheol. Now, I wonder if the preachers back there in this time was preaching Sheol as some fiery torture chamber that God created for people to spend eternity in. Probably not, or he wouldn't be praying for God to hide him there. Wouldn't you think? Let's look at another one. Psalms 139 verse 8. The writer says, "If I ascend up into heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there." Now here's the writing. The word hell there is translated from the word Sheol. Okay? And the writer is saying, if I make my bed in hell, behold, God, you're there. Now, today's popular teaching says that if you go to hell, you're eternally separated from God. How is that if God is there? Well, which you going to believe? Let's look at another one. Hosea 13 verse 14. He says, "I will ransom them from the power of the grave. I will redeem them from death. O death, I will be thy plagues. O grave, I will be thy destruction. Repentance shall be hid from my eyes." This is God talking, and the word grave there is used twice, and both times it's translated from the word Sheol. Now think about this. Popular teaching teaches that once you go to hell, there is no ransom. Once you go there, you're there forever. Well, right here, God is saying that he will ransom them from the power of the grave, Sheol. He says that he will be the destruction of Sheol. And on top of that, God says repentance shall be hid from my eyes. That means he's not changing his mind on that. So God's going to destroy hell. And he's going to ransom people from Sheol, from the grave. Now, isn't that different from what popular teaching is today? So hopefully, this will get you to think and to contemplate the popular teaching of hell. Because at the end of the day, God is going to destroy it. And everyone that's there, he's going to ransom them from it. And that's just a plain old simple truth. Until next time, this is Brother Way.
Oh, and the answer, well, who would have guessed? Could be something as simple as this. God knows how I could have missed something as simple as this.